So there's a guy by the name of Spencer Pratt who is running for mayor of LA. And we're going to get into some of those debates. But before we hop into the debates, man, oh man, has he released some absolutely fire ads. The ads have been amazing. I mean, they've almost been as good as his debate performance that he just had against Mayor Karen Bass in LA. And like I said, we'll get to that here in just a second. But these some fire ads. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smack that like button. And if you aren't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well and join the family. I also have a second channel. That link is down below in the description box. It is called Extra Rich. All right, let's hop into this first ad because it's quite good. Check it out.
This is where Mayor Bass lives. You notice something? Or here, where Nithya Raman's $3 million mansion sits. They don't have to live in the mess they've created where you live. This is where I live. They let my home burn down. I know what the consequences of failed leadership are. That's why I'm running for mayor. For my sons and the rest of us Angelinos that want to stop these corrupt politicians from destroying our city. We are going to get the golden age of Los Angeles back.
Yeah. Such a stark contrast there when you see he's got the trailer there where his home used to be before it unfortunately burned down due to Karen Bass's negligence. Now, I want to play the second ad because this one is on a whole nother level. Now, full disclosure, it is AI generated, okay? It's AI before anybody's like, yo, Rich, that looks fake, man. Well, it's because it is, okay? It's AI generated, but man, shout out to Spencer Pratt. I hope he becomes mayor of LA. Seems like a good guy. Check it out.
Please, I'm begging you. There's homeless drug addicts in front of the schools. My children aren't safe.
Look, if you were a transgender migrant, I could get you a free pussy.
Let's move the drug addicts closer.
Bass already solved crime. I endorse her.
Next!
Please, I just want to rebuild my home. It's been over a year.
Mom, look!
This is a machine. If we want to burn this town to the ground,
Pull through that!
I feel so close.
You can do it.
We can't play the music, all right? Let me do that. So you guys can still watch it, but I'm not going to play the music going on. So, bunch of food getting thrown. Kamala, of course. Mayor Karen Bass is the Joker. Gavin Newsom. Oh man. Amazing. Amazing. Now, if you didn't know what the where was it? DSA stood for? I'm pretty sure it means Democrat Socialists of America is what DSA stands for. And you saw Batman kicking their behinds outside of, yeah, right there. Throwing them out. And as you can see, even the police aren't even with them. Because, you know, defund the police, of course. They defunded all the police, so the police aren't even working with them. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this all, because there was a debate with Mayor Karen Bass, Spencer Pratt, and I forgot the third lady's name. Oh, goodness gracious. I think it's in one of these slides. A councilwoman, Nithya Raman, super far left, Nithya Raman. Now, I want to get into some of this debate. And in this first clip, Spencer Pratt absolutely drops the mic on the negligence of Karen Bass and this Democrat Party. Check it out.
To the Mayor Karen Bass's, the 1,000 firefighters that were available, but there was no engines for them because of the $17 million that Chief Crowley had asked the mayor for 9 weeks before, and Mayor Karen Bass denied it. So they may have been available, but they didn't have the equipment they needed. Not to mention Janice Quinones, who Mayor Karen Bass put into her position of power at the LADWP. She drained both of these reservoirs that these firefighters needed to put out these fires. A lot of people will talk about climate change and hurricane force winds. The winds in the Pacific Palisades never reached higher than 40 miles per hour. For those first 6 hours, they didn't go above 27 miles per hour. So without those two reservoirs filled with 117 million gallons and 5 million gallons, these firefighters had to fly all the way to Malibu and Encino to get water. So that, to me, is the most dangerous thing that the mayor put us up against.
Mr. Pratt, a follow-up here, though. What would you do moving forward that would make this better 2 years from now if we face the same situation?
Well, first off, as mayor, I will never drain the reservoirs that we need for wildfire protection. There's this conspiracy now that they're empty, that they were for drinking water. But if you research it, they were actually made for wildfire protection. As mayor, I'm going to add 20 dip sites all around the communities, connecting to pools. So God forbid the water system goes down again, these dip sites that'll be connected to individuals' pools will fill up for the helicopters to have water.
Mayor Bass, do you have a response to that?
Yeah, absolutely. He's saying several things that are completely inaccurate. First of all, there was one reservoir that was out of commission. He is correct. 1 million years ago, it was for wildfires, but over the last 30, 40 years, it's been for drinking water. He talked about the winds. That is just completely inaccurate. If that were accurate, then the planes would have been able to fly. And so the winds reached close to 100 miles an hour, and the planes were unable to fly. So if there were reservoirs, if that reservoir had been open, it would not have worked. We had two other reservoirs totaling 8 billion gallons that were available. But could not fly.
Yes, she mentioned me. So she's an incredible liar. Everyone on their phones, Google it. 40 weather stations in the Pacific Palisades. It never went above 40 miles per hour. She is referencing the Altadena fire.
I have to interrupt you. No name calling,
She just
please.
lied, though.
Yeah, but no name calling.
She called me a liar.
I don't believe she did.
She said
I did not hear that.
This up.
I did not.
We're not going to debate the issue. We have a question now for Councilmember Rahman.
Trying to interrupt him on such a small talking point. You could have waited until he finished his point, which he had a great point there. And I want to go back to that post because if you scroll down, someone actually did the research. He was right. When he said that the winds weren't as bad as Karen Bass claimed, data comes from weather stations, like those in Malibu and Santa Monica Mountains. Pacific Palisades' highest gust was 38 miles per hour. 38. Highest sustained was 36. Highest gust, 44. In Santa Monica. So yeah, she is most certainly lying about that entire situation because, like he said, all you got to do is Google it. All you got to do is look it up, and it's right there for everybody to see. The winds were not that bad. That all those homes burned because of her negligence. Simple. Her incompetence. Now, I want to move on to another fantastic section of this debate where Spencer Pratt absolutely owned these two Democrats. By the way, Spencer Pratt is running as a Republican, and I think he really gave a masterclass in how Republicans should go after Democrats. Because check out this clip where they're asked a simple question. Should homeless encampments be taken away that are near schools? And watch this.
Next question. Do you support the ordinance that restricts encampments in front of schools or daycare centers? Mayor Bass, I'm going to start with you. Yes or no? Ms. Rahman, yes or no?
I I support keeping our streets safe. I did vote against the structure of this particular ordinance. And it is because, at its best,
it's a yes or no.
It does not, the way this ordinance was structured,
it's a no. Yes or no.
It does not keep, it does not keep our children safe. It does not keep our children safe. No,
Mr. Pratt.
It doesn't keep our children safe enough.
It's a simple yes or no question, Mr. Pratt.
What I was saying is she's fighting because she doesn't think there's a difference between 1 foot or 500 feet for kids' safety with drug addicts with machetes in front of schools.
Yes or no?
Of course, we do not want encampments in front of schools, parks, daycare.
Okay,
I don't want vehicles.
So, Mayor, you had talked about inside safe. Let's go into that a little bit.
Next question.
So basically, she wants to allow homeless encampments to just be anywhere and everywhere. And as you heard, she actually voted against a measure to ensure that that wasn't going to happen. And you saw her up there on the stage, like scrambling to try to explain herself because she knew that was coming, right? Voting against that and being asked about it and saying the opposite on the stage would have been absolutely horrible for her. But yeah, these folks, man, are just, they've just absolutely lost it. Children having to walk past homeless encampments, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Nah, not in a million years. Not in a million years. Here's another great clip.
Robin acts like she doesn't have any authority with this homelessness. She was the third most powerful person in city council. She runs the homeless housing thing. She acts like this is just Mayor Bass. First off, inside safe, I like to say inside safe makes all of us outside unsafe. The reality is no matter how many beds you give these people, they are on super meth. They are on fentanyl. The DEA statistic says 93% of this is a drug addiction problem. Nithya, Councilwoman Robin's plan for treatment first, I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. These people do not want a bed. They want fentanyl or super meth. These ideas cost us over $400 million to house for 70, what did you say? 3,000 people for $400 million? This is an absolute failure for both of them. They're a team.
So, Councilmember Rahman, you have 30 seconds to respond.
I want to just say to everybody who's watching today, you're going to watch today as Mayor Bass and Spencer Pratt attack me because they want to run against each other in the general election. Each of them thinks that running against each other is what's going to help them win. And they don't want to run against me because my ideas, which are based on real results in my district, which are based on real data, a real analysis of the system, and a focus on accountability and using every dollar as effectively as possible, which we have done in my district. I want to take this citywide. This is why this is happening today.
That is absolutely crazy talk. That is absolutely crazy talk. So her rebuttal to everything that's going on is, hey, look, guys, these two people are working together. Spencer Pratt obviously responds to the nonsense, and here it is.
Councilmember Rahman, we're out of time. I'm going to give each of you 30 seconds to respond to this.
I would
Mr.
love
Pratt,
to
I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to go to Mayor Bass.
First off, Mayor Bass and I are definitely not working together. I blame this person for burning my house and my parents' house and my town and all my neighbors down. I am not working with Mayor Bass. Second off, if I wanted to run against anybody, it would be the council member who is terrible. Mayor Bass has at least been a mayor for almost 4 years and has, as she talked about earlier, the unions, all the unions endorsed Mayor Bass. You think it's easier to run against the incumbent mayor with all the unions or a random city council member who's been a failure for 6 years? I would much rather run against Councilwoman Rahman. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Pratt. So,
you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'm not the problem, guys. It's them that's working together. Spencer was like, yo, this silly mother lover burned down my house. Like, why would I be working with her? Oh, man. All right, I got one last clip for y'all, man. Asked a simple question, and it just turns into utter word salad from both of the Democrats that are on the stage. Check it out.
This is a yes or no question and answer. So there's an LA council member. He wants voters to decide. He is saying that non-citizens, should they be allowed to vote in local elections? Is this a yes or no, Mr. Pratt?
No.
Mayor Bass?
It depends. It's not a yes or no.
Depends on what?
Well, first of all, when you say non-citizens, it doesn't mean they're here illegal. It doesn't mean they're undocumented. They could have green cards. They could be here perfectly legal. And there's a lot of states and cities that do that on very, very local elections. We have to see what the councilman is proposing.
Councilmember Bremen.
Yeah, I would say, again, it does depend. In other places, school boards have non-citizens
Yes or no?
Non-citizens who vote
Mr. Pratt, I have a question for you. You told NBC News, this is a yes or no.
You know what's also interesting about those answers? Y'all remember when Trump and Republicans were like, illegals are voting in our elections? And all the Democrats, no, they aren't. That's not happening. It's only citizens that are voting in elections in America. That's not happening. They both just admitted that that's exactly what happens. Non-citizens do vote in elections. They just said it themselves. Once again, Trump proven right. My goodness. My goodness. You know, the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is 6 to 7 months. Well, that one remains true. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. I don't know how these Democrats can pull it out after this. I mean, listen, Republicans in California have been kicking some behind. For the governor's race, they've been kicking booty. And for this LA mayor's race, I mean, it's been straight BTA. If you don't know what BTA stands for, it's belt to ASS. Okay, it's been straight BTA around here from Republicans, right, to these Democrats. So we shall see. What do y'all think? Does Spencer Pratt legitimately have a shot at becoming mayor of LA? Let me know. Peace and love. I'm out.